Hi, welcome back to our Marquetry series here, what we're doing for Arts in Bloom, coming up May 20th and 21st at the Old Red House in Woodstown, 68 North Main Street. We're talking about marquetry. I'm going to be doing some marquetry cutting that day, or those 2 days, but showing some of my past panels I've done here in the States and while I was an apprentice in France. This was a small French tabletop, very vibrant colors. And as you can see, when you're putting just the grain alcohol in, and this would be the same as putting shellac, it just explodes with color. Background again is palisandre, naturally colored woods in the watermelons, the orange, Osage orange wood, absolutely gorgeous. Here we have a rosewood background. Again, as we said before, the bad side is up. This side is going to get glued down to a substrate. A little bit of alcohol. Different types of sycamore, maples, beech, birches. So the alcohol is fine because it doesn't raise the grain in the picture. But these are getting set up to be French polish once they're planted down on a substrate. And let's see, maybe we just have another one here, one more. And this was a small side table. Maybe you think it's a little bit basic, but what we have here is bird's eye maple background with walnut inlay, essentially. And we're not going to see quite the dynamic color contrast as we just did in the last one, but nevertheless, it is quite striking. So this was quite simple. There was only 2 different types of species of wood used, walnut and bird's eye maple. Whereas this one, there was about 14 different species of wood. So 14 pieces of veneer were cut, okay? So what I want to do now is explain just a little more how the process was done. We talked about using the coping saw last week as an alternative to a chevalet. So once you draw the pattern that you're after, and here, I did some research in Pompeii, and what I'm trying to demonstrate here is the French excavations, French and English excavations of Pompeii in the mid-19th century. And some Americans were involved in this also. Unfortunately, some museums send people over there to literally rape items and objects that aren't theirs, and that happened, unfortunately. And we have these objects floating in, say, the Metropolitan Museum and the Louvre Museum in Paris and the V&A Museum. And these kind of objects should be returned to the museum, in my opinion. But nevertheless, we do the drawing. I did this drawing. As an example, this is what the piece of wood looks like. I would glue this drawing onto one of the pieces of wood. It could be 20 pieces, depending on how many colors and species are required in the drawing. And I'm showing you where I cut out through the species, okay? And here I'm actually building the picture. So this is the picture. As you can see the paper, I glued the picture down and I'm actually plugging the items in. And you can see where I actually have sand shaded many of these items. So maybe another 10, 15 hours left to do the final pieces around the perimeter. So all this is a piece of board, piece of maple, with a piece of craft paper. You glue the drawing down to the craft paper, and then you start literally filling in the puzzle by literally gluing each little piece in your tray that you have of all the cut pieces out. And that's how you build a marquetry picture. Thank you so much, and we hope to see you on May 20th and 21st in Woodstown. Thank you.